Ryan Day just one frame away then from booking a first round proper meeting with Mark Allen. He leads Ning in their wildcard match here at the Shanghai Masters 4-0. And it's been a very accomplished performance from the man from Wales to this point. Lou had a great chance to win the third frame.
I don't think we've seen Lu Ning on our screens before, haven't we? Obviously here in China, but I don't think this has been one of the. No, he's played better than this. There's no doubt about that. But Ryan's just picked up the pieces.
Well, the thing about snooker is sometimes you're only able to play as well as you're allowed to play, and Day has been taking his chances in pretty clinical fashion. While there's life, there's hope. I recall that Ryan Day once came from 4-0 down to beat a certain Steve Davis 5-4. That was way back in 2000 at the Welsh Open. Has been done, but a very, very tall order.
Managed to cover the red on the right-hand side with the blue. Little tempter here down the left-hand side of the table for Ryan, but if that red near left of the black wasn't there, I think he'd be taking this on. But difficult to get onto the black. Electing for the safety, just avoided the blue. This could be good. Nearly. Bit pacey. Well, he's hit it that poorly. I think he's nearly got away with that. And the red just above the black might be on. Not quite. Couldn't see the potting angle. Oh, he's played that well. That's a great shot.
All departments of Day's game in full working order this afternoon.
Well, good pace with the white, but he has left a pot on. But Ryan not tempted. He's got to avoid the double kiss here with this one. Well, there you go. That could be expensive.
Knew as soon as he'd hit it that he'd got it wrong.
And now he wishes he'd gone full-blooded for the other red. Surprised at that. I mean, 4-0 the lead. He could have taken a risk on that pot on the left-hand side. But with that shot, might cost him this fifth frame. The standard is that high these days, Phil. We see a mistake like that with reds open like this, and you think, frame over. Not always the case, but when you really get the players really at the top of their game, it normally is.
Well, I guess Lou's problem is that he has been, for the better part of this match, frozen out. Hasn't had a huge amount of table time, so needs to just feel his way into this break. And a few easy pots to start with will help.
7. $13. 14. 1. 32.
'Well, the crowd packed to the rafters in Shanghai are engrossed. I'm sure willing Lu Ning to get the job done in this frame and get one on the board. Avoid the dreaded whitewash at least. He's looking focused right now.
28.
They're all there for him.
$29. 36. 37. 43. 44.
Yeah, so referee just correcting the score there. 44 as Ryan looks on. He knows he's in good position here, Ryan. It's just, I think, a question of when and not if. But and also, he might even get another chance in this frame. Who knows? But they're all there for
45.
Lu Ning to make it 4-1.
Yes, I'm sure in the back of Lu's mind, the third frame, when he led by a sizable margin, only to be denied at the last, and perhaps that had some bearing on the miss black.
A little bit of pressure, perhaps. Well, I just wonder whether you could see enough of that black, actually. It's looked a little bit masked by that red. You might have tried to just try and kick it in with some side, but it's given Ryan a chance here to clinch frame and match. There's plenty on. Hang on. it's okay.
1.
Well, I think he's got reds to both corner pockets here. If he drops the blue in, the red passes the black would be a bonus. I'm not quite sure. If not, he's got the left-hand red. He's just checking that now.
Seven.
Well, look at this. I mean, there's not a difficult ball on the table here for Ryan Day to try and clinch victory.
14.
Very much a case of deja vu here for Lou. Should have made it 2-1. Day stepped in with a very fine clearance to the black. And was looking very well set to get his first frame on the board here before the missed black off its spot.
That's 2.
And right now you'd have to say, even though Day is still 23 points adrift, that he is the favourite to clinch frame and match. But he's rather lost the cue ball there. Well, my goodness. Didn't see that one coming.
Well, we said that table 1 was fast. This also is pretty quick as well. He'll be annoyed with himself. What a chance that was.
And what a let-off for the Chinese.
Ryan Day, 29.
I'm sure Lou thought he'd played his last shot. He got a bit too much action in the cue ball, didn't he?
Yes, and it wasn't a big bounce off that cushion. I think it was normal pace. It's just that the table was that quick.
So 16 points in Lou's favour.
Ooh, he's overhit that as well. That's pacey. Has he got lucky? Don't tell me he's going behind the blue. Another chance then for Ryan Day. Well, again, it's one of those who's just tucked the red in the corner of the pocket. He hasn't landed perfectly on the blue. He's pretended to be on the blue to the middle, but still has a chance in the blue to the corner. Well, this has to go in, of course. Otherwise, he'll be gifting everything to Ning here. But if it goes in, he's giving himself every chance to win the match.
Yes, fine pot on the blue there from Ryan Day. Would love to get this done and dusted in this 5th frame.
He's playing all right, Phil, isn't he?
He's cued very sweetly, there's no question, and if he can maintain this form, he'll give Mark Allen a run for his money in the next round.
Most definitely.
Winners already today, defending champion John Higgins. 5-1 against Mike Dunn. 2 centuries from Higgins in that one. Sean Murphy, scraped by Yu Delu, who had golden opportunities to win that match in the deciding frame, but Murphy clinched it in the end. That was a must-win match, really, for the former world champion, who's not had the best of starts to the newish season. Lost his qualifying match for the Indian Open, so he won't be competing in the televised stages. That's a tournament, of course, you can enjoy with us live from Delhi here on Eurosport.
15.
So Murphy, I'm sure, relieved to get through. Could face Ding Junhui in the next round.
Well, we often say that this wildcard round can be a banana skin, and Joe Perry found that earlier today when he'd lost 5-3 to Wang Yu-Chen.
Who now plays Neil Robertson, and that's another match we'll have for you live tomorrow morning.
But again, Ryan here is falling out of position. Looking for the snooker. Now, well, that cannon on the brown might have just left a little path here for Lu Ning to try and swerve around the pink. He wanted that tight in behind the pink, then he would have really had his opponent in trouble. But I think he's got room here to swerve around this pink. Well, he has. Oh, hang on. Well, the red's in, but where's the white going? He doesn't want that cue ball in. Oh. Well, that's made all the difference.
Well, the crowd enjoyed that one. What a fluke.
Well, let's have a look at this. I mean, first of all, he's clipped the red in, but if the cue ball goes in, it's a disaster.
He could have played that another 1,000 times and the red wouldn't have dropped.
It just shows you the difference there, Phil, doesn't it? It's all turned around. Lou's now got control of the table. He can lay a snooker here. If Ryan gets that white tight in behind the pink, it could have been all over. Now, he might find himself in trouble, which he does.
If Mike had found the pocket with the cue ball, it would have been all over. The margins are so fine. So, Lu hanging on by the skin of his teeth here.
Good hit. Has he left anything? Don't know. Oh, I don't know. Can he see enough of this? Can he kick it in with side? Might have to play the safety. Tense moments at the end of this frame. Good shot. Well, Brian must be thinking a few minutes ago here, Phil, that he'd be signing the score sheet. He'll be in doing his press conference.
Back to the hotel for some rest and recuperation before a showdown with Mark Allen. As it is, Lu Ning has a chance to get a frame on the board.
And take us into another frame. Well played.
Good pot.
Well, they're hoping to see some more snooker in this one. Just to put his nose in front then. Well, the black is slightly awkward, but he doesn't need it. He only needs brown, blue and pink here.
Nine.
Well, he played on the blue to the middle, but this will do. Check the scoreboard. That sounded heavy.
It did, and that would not have been a way
14.
to lose a frame. A heavy contact as it is. The blue goes in. He only requires the pink then to get a frame on the scoreboard. And in it goes. Well, great relief for Lu Ning and his legion of followers here in Shanghai. Smiles all round this packed auditorium as the young Chinese does get off the mark, but Ryan Day is still very much in charge here. He leads by 4 frames to 1. He still needs just one more frame for a meeting with Mark Allen in the next round.